What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Spanko, and today I'm back with an Altergeist June 2020 deck profile. Now the ban list just came out a couple days ago. Doesn't become effective until the 15th, but I wanted to show you guys that this deck is now really competitive again. I think this deck is going to be insane all over again, and just the fact that we have Multifaker at 3 with the addition of these new link cards, stuff like Link Ross, stuff like Celine, stuff like Access Code Talker, I'm telling you, I feel like this deck has a lot of potential to be competitive all over again. Now before we get into this deck profile, I just wanted to say if you guys enjoy these deck profiles, let me know by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. As you guys probably noticed, I have no face cam. The reason for that is because I'm working on the dollar store sealed only right now, and so I'm really working hard on editing that and getting that out to you guys by Monday. As of the time you guys are watching this video, it should be Friday, but by Monday you guys should have the dollar store sealed only. So I just wanted to get this video out quick for you guys and show you guys the deck profile. Now I'll get into the deck profile. 3 Multifaker is back. The Altergeist lineup is pretty much standard. You got 3 Faker, 3 Marionetter, 2 Silkwidis, 3 Milaseek, as well as 1 Conquery. I didn't want to change that up. I think the lineup is pretty much just the standard lineup that everyone should play. As you guys can see, I play no more Sangan. We don't need Sangan anymore. We have the Multifaker, which is good enough just at 3 on its own. Now I didn't want to play any more hand traps other than the 3 Ash. You guys probably have seen a lot of profiles play double Veiler, and the reason you play Veiler is because you can make the needle fiber a little bit better, or you can access it more pretty much with the effect Veiler. But I just didn't want this to be the bread and butter of the deck, and I don't think you need it, to be honest with you. It's just another combo, and I noticed that if you play too many monsters and you drew too many monsters, you were in a really bad situation. Now of course there's a Marionetter and Milaseek combo, which is really strong, don't get me wrong, but if you guys want to see a combo video, I should say, let me know by commenting on this video and saying, hey look, we want a combo video, because there are actual Altergeist combos that you guys can actually do now with Marionetter and Milaseek, just because we have access to so many new link monsters. So that's why these combos are actually very much real, especially with Multifaker back at 3. You can do so many different things. So like I said, I didn't want to play too many monsters, so I just limited it to the Ash Blossom at 3. You guys can cut Ash Blossom, I guess, to 2, play 2 Veiler if you wanted to, like that, so it's only a 41 card main deck. But I just thought Ash Blossom is the most generic hand trap, and so that's why I wanted to play it at 3. For the only spell, we are playing 3 Pot of Extravagance. I didn't want to play any more spells. Duality is not important, not anymore at least, because you do have 3 Multifaker back, so the deck is actually very consistent again. So I didn't want to play the Duality. Plus with Multifaker Imperm now, there's a lot of the time where you're going to be Imperming and then activating Faker, so it just doesn't work really well with the Duality itself. And again, like I said, there's combos with this deck now, especially with Marionetter and Milaseek. Pot of Duality really just lowers the ceiling of this deck, which I really didn't want, especially because the consistency was already really high in itself. So Extravagance is the only spell card I'm playing. Now other cards you can think of maybe are like Secret Village of the Spellcasters. I just don't see that being very great right now. Now you can put it in the side deck, and I don't really show you guys the side deck, but I'll talk about this one just in a little bit. But before we get off track, all we're playing is pretty much just a Pot of Extravagance. Then we are playing triple Infinite Impermanence. Now I should mention Extravagance and Imperm I know are kind of expensive even with the reprints, and I guess Extravagance is getting a reprint soon, so hopefully it's a little more affordable. But these cards are so necessary in Altergeist. Like, I hate to say it, but these cards are so necessary. They make the deck so consistent. So definitely 3 Extravagance as well as 3 the Imperm. Imperm, if you guys don't know, you can make plays on turn 0, and what I mean by that is if you're going second and your opponent's going first, if you open Imperm Multifaker, what ends up happening is, let's say your opponent normal summons a monster, activates effect, or whatever like effect is activated, right? You can activate Impermanence, and then what you can do is you can actually activate your Faker right away, summon the Silkwidis, and now you have the Imperm negate, but you also have a Silkwidis bounce on your opponent's turn, and you haven't even drawn for a turn yet. So that's why Imperm at 3 with Faker at 3 is super strong. So I'm very happy to see this like interaction. One of the best 2-card combos in the game. Like, it's a funny, like, it's not really a 2-card combo, but it's just one of those funny, like, hey, one of the best 2-card combos in the game. Next, I'm playing 3 Evenly Matched, and pretty much the reason for this is because I think what this deck needs to do now is it needs to be able to beat the combo, but it also really needs to be able to beat control decks. Now, it's one of its biggest weaknesses is Eldritch, so I thought Evenly Matched was a good matchup against Eldritch, one of those good cards against that deck. So that's why I really wanted to play the Evenly Matched. Also, it's just good going second against a lot of other decks, because if combo decks put out some sort of negation, at least it baits out that negation, so now the rest of your combos can go through. So Evenly Matched, I thought in the main deck was very necessary. Now I think it's one of the best trap cards to be maining in this. It's just a blowout against a lot of control decks, and if they can't have an answer to this, or they don't have an answer to this, I should say, then you're in such a good position. Next, I'm playing 1 Manifestation as well as the Protocols. I'm going to put these over here. I'm not sure why they separate the Protocols right here, but you are playing 1 Manifestation as well as triple Protocol. Protocol is kind of like a pseudo strike, but it's just pretty much more so to ensure that all your Altergeist effects go off. And the Manifestation just at 1, because it sucks turn 1, you don't really want to open it, so it's just one of those cards that I just wanted to keep it as limited as possible. I mean, literally limited just at 1, and so I didn't want to play more than that. Next, I'm playing Torrential Tribute, which is super super spicy. Actually, before we get into Torrential though, I should mention I am playing one Haunted Rock, which is right over here. So I'm playing the one Haunted Rock, and I hate this card. I'm not gonna lie to you, I never thought I'd see the day where I play Haunted Rock, but this card is really good. It enables combos with Marionetta and Milaseek now, so that's the only reason I'm playing it as a one-of. Now, this is my first draft of the deck. I have done some testing with it. I have gone online with it already. I feel pretty confident with this build, I'm not gonna lie to you, but there are some things that could be changed, obviously according to the meta and how the meta changes, but I think right now this is very strong. The Haunted Rock is just one of those cards that lets you combo turn one, and so going first, not only can you open like Marionetta plus Milaseek plus 3 traps. Now that you can actually combo now, you're not just normal summoning Marionetta, setting a trap card passing with like 3 or 4 set. Now you can actually have a combo and then still have 3 to 4 set. And if you guys want to see that combo, like I said, like this video and comment down below and I can do a combo video for you guys. So that's why the Haunted Rock is just there at 1. I really don't want to draw it. It's literally just there for the combo. Personal Spoofing should be a 3 of over here as well. I guess it's not technically an Altergeist card, but I'll put it over here. Personal Spoofing is really good, obviously, because it's one of the best cards in your deck. Searches anything that you pretty much need. The only problem is I know it's ashable and I know it's cost to put back in your deck, but the card is just so insane. Also, it puts back stuff like Haunted Rock, which is in your hand that's kind of like dead. So that's why Personal Spoofing is really good. It makes these really dead cards into pretty much really good cards, right? So that's why I think Spoofing definitely should stay at 3 of. And I should mention with Haunted Rock, it technically has another effect that's not bad against Eldritch. You can send an Altergeist monster from your hand to the graveyard to negate a trap card, but you're never going to be really using that effect. Now back to Torrential Tribute that I really wanted to talk about. I think this card's super slept on. The only reason I say that is because no one plays around it. Now imagine you're playing against an Adamantipator combo, or you're playing against something that's going to abuse the Needle Fiber, right? Or the Auroradon or whatnot. Once your opponent starts summoning the tokens, once you go Auroradon, summon 3 tokens, if you Torrential and you clear your opponent's board, wipe your opponent's board, a lot of the time your opponent's just going to pass. They don't have a lot of follow-up after that. So because no one plays around Torrential, it's just one of those insanely low-key blowout cards because they're not going to play around it. They fall into a Torrential and they're like, oh, well, now I can't really play. Like, I mean, I might be able to summon something from back from my graveyard, but that's really all I got going for me. So that's why Torrentials are 2 of that I think is a really sleeper card. Speaking of sleeper cards, I think Rivalry is one of those really sleeper cards. Now, obviously, Evenly is really good against control. So like I said, I really wanted to do really good against control decks as well as combo decks with this. So I could go first, I could go second, but also I could beat control and beat combo. So I really wanted to make this an overall like well-rounded deck pretty much. And Rivalry helps me do that because Rivalry is one of those cards that if your opponent doesn't have an immediate answer, something like Cosmic Cyclone or Twin Twister, MST, then they're in a really bad situation, especially against the combo heavy decks. They're in a really bad situation. Even stuff like Eldritch, which is known as a control deck, once you start going against Eldritch Invoke or Eldritch Link, then Rivalry becomes such a good card for you. So that's why I think Rivalry of the Warlord is one of those really good sleeper floodgates that's really good this format. But also, I'm playing 3 Strike, and Rivalry Strike is notorious for being able to break big boards and like heavy like negate boards. And the reason for that is because let's say you have these 2 set, right? Let's say you're going second. Your opponent makes a big board and you're like, oh, I can't play around this. You can set the Rivalry, set the Strike. So long as they have no back row removal or no immediate back row removal, what happens is you can activate the Rivalry. They're probably going to go to negate that, right? They're not going to let the Rivalry go off because they know they're about to lose their whole board. Once that negate is going to happen, something like, let's say your opponent ends on Herald, Borreload, Savage Dragon, like an Apollo or something like that. Let's say just they end on some board like that. They're probably going to Herald negate the Rivalry. Once the Rivalry is going to get negated, you chain your Strike, or you activate Strike to the activation of the monster and negate the monster's effect. Now, obviously, Strike's a counter trap. They're not going to be able to respond to this. Now, essentially, you've gotten rid of that monster and you're going to break their entire board with this Rivalry. How insane is that? These 2 combo together breaks entire board. So that's why I thought Rivalry Strike, just one of those things that I had to play in this deck. I don't play Judgment in the deck. I'm playing it in the side deck because it's just one of those cards that's really good against side deck cards, but it's not really great in the main deck. It's not really great to just stop a summon. It doesn't really change much, especially in this format. So it's just one of those cards that's really good against stopping side deck options, right? So that's why I decided to side this. Now onto the extra deck, pretty much I am playing the 1 Access Code Talker. I really want to play it at 2, and I'll tell you guys, if I play this at 2, I'll probably take out 1 Halki Fibrax, or I'll probably take out 1 Prime Banshee. Now Prime Banshee is pretty good, but I don't go into it enough in my opinion to make it worth playing at 2. Now the only reason I play it at 2 again is because of the extravagance, but the same logic could be used against the Access Code because Access Code is really easy to make in this deck, and so it helps you just OTK. It's one of those things that made Altergeist good because this control deck now has an option to OTK. That's why Access Code is so insane. So I think I want to play a second one, and I probably take out the Prime Banshee or the Needle Fiber. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up. But on first draft, this is what I was playing. Then I'm playing obviously 1 Unicorn, double Prime Banshee, like I said, again, could be one of, but it is a pretty good card. 1 Selene because there is a combo with this, and Selene also summons back Milaseek, and then you can go Milaseek Selene into access code, and then Melee is going to get you a search, obviously. So that's just why you want to play the Celine. There's just a combo that makes it. You don't want to play too many of them because you're not going to go into it too often, but you don't need your extra deck too much, mostly, other than the Hextia, the access code, as well as maybe like a Prime Banshee, maybe. And then I should also say Link Karibo, of course, you're going to go into. So that's why it's just Celine at 1 is pretty good there. 1 Phoenix as well is just backward removal. Triple Hextia, obviously the best like monster in your deck, the best card that you want to go into. 1 Needle Fiber, and again, Needle Fiber is good because you can make it with the Ash here, and then there is combos with Needle Fiber, but I still think a second access code is better. Now, Needle Fiber is actually pretty good if you end up playing the Veilers as well, just because it gives you more access to tuners, but I'm just not playing the Veilers, so maybe Haikyuu Fibrax, put it down to 0, like take it out of the deck, I mean, pretty much, and put access code in. Next, I'm playing 1 Link Cross. This is also for the combo with Marionetta and Millisseek. You can end on Link Cross, double tokens, Marionetta, plus a protocol set, plus a multi-faker in hand. So with 2 cards, you can end on that board, plus whatever else you have in your hand, so you can probably set 3 or 4 with that board. So Link Cross is really good. Triple Link Karibo. The only reason I'm playing Link Karibo and not Almirage anymore is because I don't have Sangan, so I don't need the Almirage anymore. And Link Karibo is just pretty much for the Millisseek. But again, with multi-faker at 3, like you're gonna open these 2 together a lot of the time, so Millisseek is probably just gonna search a Marionetta a lot of the time, maybe a Conqueror, but you still need to play the 3 Link Karibo, obviously, because it's one of the first cards you're gonna go into from your extra deck. And then I'm playing 1 Relinquished Anima. This card's actually low-key pretty good. You're not gonna go into it too often, but it is a card that when it comes up, it is like it is pretty good. It is a Link 1 that you can make with Millisseek as well, just in case you randomly banish all 3 Link Karibos. But then on top of that, it does just help out monsters if the time comes up, then it could be pretty good, right? So that's why I just play the 1 of that. And then for this side deck, I didn't want to show you guys a real side deck because the formats is changing like so quickly nowadays. With the online format, we don't really know what's the best deck, or I guess you could say Adamancipator might be, or Eldritch might be, but every single week it's new. Like I know Infernoble Knights is doing really well right now. I think that's the name, Infernoble Knights, whatever. But I know they're doing really good now, so it's really random, but I just wanted to show you some of the best side deck cards. Waking the Dragon has always been one of my favorite side deck cards in this deck because your opponent is always going to side stuff like Lightning Storm, just Twin Twister, Cosmic Cyclones, whatever. And so being able to just activate it, Waking the Dragon, summon something for free is actually pretty strong. So that's why I want to play that. Typhoon is one of those cards that's low-key like imperm because you can activate this from your hand, especially against the Pendulum matchup. So you're going to activate it a lot of the time from your hand there, or against the Salamangreat matchup, and then you can actually Typhoon multi-faker as well. So that's why I wanted to play the Typhoon. It's one of those cards that you have to low-key respect Salad and Pendulum nowadays. Those decks are really good. So it's one of those really good side deck cards. Summon Limit obviously just comes in against the combo heavy decks, but I mean, pretty self-explanatory, not much to say there. And like I said earlier, Solemn Judgment just comes in against the side deck stuff because once your opponent sides in evenlies and whatnot, and they want to clear your entire board, the Solemn Judgment becomes really clutch there. Now, as you guys can see, I only have 12 cards in my side deck. You can make it 15. The only reason I had 12 is because these are the best ones that I wanted to show you. The last 3 cards could be something like Secret Village or Spellcasters. Again, I don't think it's the best format for that, but if that becomes relevant and Sky Striker becomes more played, then that could be really good. Low-key, Relinquished Anima is also a Spellcaster, so like that could actually low-key be pretty spicy. So you could do that. You could play something like Lightning Storm if you have access to Lightning Storms. Just anything that's really meta relevant, pretty much, right? The side deck has so many options nowadays that essentially you guys can play really whatever you want and it could still be really good. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. As always, like I say in every deck profile, if you guys enjoy these profiles, make sure to like and subscribe. But also, if you have any suggestions of what you guys want to do to the deck profile, like I said, this is just my first draft. It has gone through some testing, but obviously as the format changes, this deck pretty much just changes the trap cards that are good in the format, right? But if you guys have any suggestions, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you guys want to buy any TCG singles, make sure to check out my Instagram page at Spanko Sales. I'm actually doing a giveaway on the page right now, so if you guys want to check that out, enter the giveaway. The giveaway is until Sunday, so if you guys are seeing this video Friday, then you guys should have today, tomorrow to enter, and then Sunday, hopefully, I mean, maybe one of you guys could win. So check that out. And again, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys enjoyed these videos, like this video, subscribe to the channel. With that, Spanko signing out. Peace.
My hands steady, I feel ready, but my legs heavy, I don't get it. How come I haven't hit it already? Still working, I'm still learning, I'm still searching, finally earning something, finally turning something called a profit. If I hear you talking shit, don't get caught in it. I'll be popping off and hit your ass, dropping all your shit. Yeah, I promise this, I got promises, you ain't stopping this. Cross my shit, you'll be knocked unconscious, bitch. That's the consequence I got.